And I want to start with your master's. And I know you've told this story before, but I think there's such an important lesson in this, in recognizing your own value when perhaps others do not. So do you mind quickly reminding the Forbes audience how you came to own your master's?
Okay, so let me try to do this in the shortest way possible. When I was 2 albums ago, I had the opportunity. Well, I was in this kind of transitional period because I was signed to a major label that kept going through all the different changes at the top. The CEO, one CEO in, one CEO out, one CEO signed me, a new CEO came in. And for artists, when you're in that position, sometimes it gets tricky because when you have a new voice or person coming in, they're inheriting you. They're inheriting what was left there from someone else's vision. So you have to convince them to like what you're doing. It's like convincing someone all over again, on why they should roll with your project and why they should roll with your vision. And so I was at that point, and I remember having a meeting with the new CEO at that time. And the whole idea was that I was going to take them my song Level Up. I was going to take them the video. I was going to talk about my vision for what I wanted to do and like how I saw the song, and had the meeting. I was excited. And in that meeting, it actually was probably one of the most disappointing meetings I had in my career because I could tell that he wasn't so into the music, or the project or the direction. But it was also one of my greatest meetings because that propelled me to become independent because literally he did not see the vision of what Level Up was. He was just kind of like, yeah. I think he had kind of already made up his mind before I even walked in the room, to be honest with you. And I remember going downstairs to the person that was my A&R at that time. His name was Monty Olson. I love him. I'm forever grateful for him because he also believed in me when I was like 8 months pregnant to sign a deal with me. He was one of the executives that were actually still at the company when the old CEO went out, new one came in. We just talked about like the power, and I had already been dreaming of becoming independent. We talked about it again in that moment, like what it could look like if I was to take the risk. And so literally, all in one day, one of the most disappointing moments and one of the best moments happened. That was the day I decided I'm going to go independent because I knew the company didn't want to keep rolling with my project. So fast forward to I asked for my master's, and they gave it back to me for free. So let you know how much they didn't believe. And now Level Up is almost 3 times platinum. So
almost 3 times platinum.
Yeah.
That is understanding
cool.
the value that you bring to the table.
Gotta believe.
Was that the earliest seed then for Beauty Mark Entertainment,
Yeah.
which you founded in 2019?
That was my first song I released off my independent label, or my label imprint, Beauty Marks Entertainment. And my whole idea behind Beauty Marks Entertainment was that all the scars you get from the obstacles you face in life are your beauty marks. So I had a song on the album called Beauty Marks. The album was called Beauty Marks. It was just a very significant moment in my life and career. And I'll never look back.
What are the lessons that you've learned in building Beauty Marks that you would give to other artists who wish to follow in your footsteps?
I think the greatest thing is just simply believing in yourself. If you don't believe, no one will. If you believe, that's the moment opportunity begins for you. So I would say believing in yourself is so important. You especially have to believe when others don't. That's, I think, the time where you have to really double down. I'm also big on faith. You got to have faith through the journey. But yeah, man, know that you've got the stuff. You've got it, You just have to, put a game plan together, and go for it.